Hello and welcome to another episode of the Knock On Podcast, brought to you by the good people at Zero Table. And Dan, it's been a huge week of rugby league. Huge week of rugby league. We've got to narrow it down for half an hour. What do you got for us?
Well, let's start about the big news. It's been flooding the timeline all day, let's be honest. And that's who's going to play the NRL Grand Final. No one cares about that NRL 360. Brian To'o has been linked with a move away from the Penrith Panthers. Propaganda Peter came out real quick and shut it down, but the news has not abided all day. What are your thoughts, Brian To'o, on his way out, perhaps?
Look, when you've got three premierships, you got three rings on your fingers, right? Count them, 1, 2, 3, and you watch your best mate go and get $1 million elsewhere, and you watch your other best mate go and get $1 million elsewhere, and you're left behind. Money talks. Now, I know people are saying, oh, he's only a winger. No, he is not only a winger. He is a set starter. He is an incredible post-contact meter. He's a meter eater. He scores tries. He saves tries. For how short he is, he's incredible under the high ball. He's safe as houses. You never come away from a game going, geez, Brian To'o made so many errors. If it's true, the Tigers are probably the team that he'll get linked with the most because his best mate has gone there and they've got money. But yeah, I'm not sure. If there's one player to me that screams like Penrith Panthers, it would have been Brian To'o. Mm-hmm. But again, James Fisher-Harris is moving on. Does he want a chance? Does he want to fatten his bank balance up? I'm not sure. Propaganda Pete came out and denied it as quickly like he did with the Stephen Crichton rumours. But those Crichton rumours to the Bulldogs had been creeping around for years and years and years. And this one just popped up out of nowhere today. And Penrith seemed to operate really, really shrewdly. Like, no one knew about the James Fisher-Harris being homesick until the day that he released. No one knew about Isaiah Papali'i until the day he signed. So, if this is the case that it's true, then this is driven from Brian To'o's side and not Penrith's side. I wouldn't be shocked because he's probably looked at his two closest mates leave for more cash, and someone else jump off as well.
There is absolutely no chance in the wide world of sports that the Panthers are behind this. If you're looking to move players on, you do not move the best winger in the world on. He's a bloke who could honestly go and be the first 800k winger. I know Zach Lomax fills that role at the moment, but he's moving to be a centre. He's a bloke that's worth every single cent of whatever he's earning and then some. If this is true, and we're saying if because we don't know, Brian To'o and his management are obviously gone and said, you get into your mid-20s now, you may be late 20s, you're an Origin rep, okay, that's good, 150 grand a year, whatever it is, for the series. He's going to play for Samoa or Australia, whichever one he picks, he makes any team in the world. But this is a young bloke with a family who, is only one bad tackle away from a career-ending injury. Let's be honest, it's rugby league, you don't know what's going to happen. He could earn almost $1 million a year at the Tigers, and I was very quick to notice that they said he's been linked with specific teams. Not saying go to Melbourne or go to Brisbane or Cronulla or any of the teams, the Roosters, any of the teams that are there or thereabouts. That says to me, you can go to a bad team that's not going to come back to hurt us because you're going to earn a lot of money there. It wouldn't shock me if the Dragons and the Tigers are specifically the only two he's been offered to. If this is real, again, we don't know. But it has to be a money thing because he can't be thinking, I'm leaving to win a premiership because he's got 3, he's probably going to get 4, and who says they're not going to go 5 or 6 in a row? It has to be money related, and I don't blame him one little bit.
I bet you the Sydney Roosters are kicking themselves for re-signing Daniel Tupou now that this news has broken. They'd be sitting there going, if we just waited a day.
I just feel that the Panthers would go, are you talking to the Roosters? Denied! Because there's no chance if he goes there, they're premiership favourites.